Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at No Grease Barbershop, conveniently located at Northlake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. No Grease Premium in Northlake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, No Grease Premium in Northlake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at No Grease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit No Grease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or Northlake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you.
It's been a little sabbatical.
Gosh.
It's been a little.
Life been lifing.
And Gavin been booked and busy. My boy been going viral and doing everything.
Trying to stay out of trouble.
But hey, man, we doing what we could do. But what's going on, pod? I got two of my favorite homies in the building.
I got hand claps for them.
There we go. Give the man some sound effects.
Y'all can't hear it, but it's cool.
I got two of my favorite homies in here. To my right, I got BJ, who I feel like I referenced on almost every podcast episode. So the infamous BJ has made it to the pod. What's going on, my boy?
What's going on, brother?
All right, and to my left, I got my other boy. Got my boy Wiggs in the building. What's going on, Brody?
Man, what's happening?
The man with the deepest voice ever on this fucking podcast.
This man got his between the sheets voice on.
Hey, just in case. Little smooth jazz going on, late night.
Ooh, baby. Oh my gosh. Let me ask you this. So how y'all two know each other?
We met each other. Wait, she met at Mad Mouse.
Yeah, Mad Mouse.
A lot of people meet there.
Yeah, we so
People meet there.
we're gonna talk about
there.
It's a tweet I can reference from yesterday.
Oh,
but we met at Mad Mouse because I saw him with his daughter and I complimented him. Just me, being a dad. You see somebody else out with their kid doing a good thing. We chopped it up from there. We found out we had mutual friends, and then we just connected from there.
So you just be talking to random people?
I talk to anybody.
I hang out with a lot of Qs, and I'm gonna put it out there.
Okay.
If you watch my
don't cross over. Don't be denouncing out here.
Yo, the friend circle is very diverse.
I'm definitely gonna ask you about that later.
I actually have the most alpha friends up here.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the most alpha friends here.
Yeah, we try to surround you, bro.
Yeah,
we
back home it was more so.
He said, don't even bounce it. I just realized you said.
Back home, I felt like I
topic.
had a whole lot more Kappa and Q friends, but up here, shout out to Kurt. Kurt is who connected me in Wiggs, and Kurt is also connected me with the whole city. Wiggs, Mike, George, Dex,
The homies.
the whole alpha. So yeah,
Well, I know you from Instagram, so
there we go.
shout out to Instagram. All right, so you from Charlotte. I respect. Hold on, let me give him a hand clap.
Oh shit!
What was that?
Look, it's the Kawhi laugh.
Gotcha.
Don't ask. It's every time. The funny part about doing a podcast is people come in all the time, and they rearrange shit. They move shit. They just play with stuff. And I'm like, yo, I can come in and see where the mics are placed to know if somebody had like a trash pod, and it's annoying, but it's like fixing stuff.
So was the last part trash?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's funny. Somebody DM'd me today and was like, yo, I'm doing an interview with Allen Iverson. I only want your space for 30 minutes. And it was like, yo, I just don't want to pay full price. Mind you, the studio is only like $30 an hour. I said, if you got a Hall of Famer that you about to interview in your first podcast, you can't
$30 an hour.
You don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it. Tell him to come over here.
Let me have it.
And let you handle it.
Look, I will. It would be good. All right, so let's do it like this. This is, I don't know. Welcome to the Black Dads Club, man. I want to thank everybody for listening. My boy Mike is out of town. Shout out to Pastor Mike. I don't know if he's running around in a different country or if he on work. Mike is always out of the country.
Shout out to Mike.
Having fun. He said I'm not allowed to go no more, but whatever, man. I'm good. I'm good. I can go outside sometimes. But shout out to everybody that listens, that tune in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, I don't fucking know, YouTube, wherever. All of us got kids. Who got the most kids in here?
You
got two, right?
I got one.
Oh, okay,
We tied.
yeah, we tied.
You got two?
Yeah, I
we
do.
both got boy girl.
Yeah.
What ages?
Rich baby daddy game. That's
Yeah.
what we call it. Rich Baby Daddy Gang episode brought to you by the Black.
I love that. That's the intro right there.
Rich baby daddy gang.
There we go.
How old are the kids?
So Jonah is 3,
Okay.
going on 30. And then my baby girl, Winter, is 18 months.
So you just, all right. So I think that's what we trying to do. I don't know. Are you done at 2?
Definitely. Well, we also got boy and girl. So it's just like, what more do I want? But
Double up
I'm
on one.
keeping the options open. Maybe a few years. Yeah, maybe. But 2 is fine.
All right. So my boy's 2.
Okay.
What potty training tips you got?
I say, is he in daycare?
Yeah, they ain't doing shit.
Okay. So we were blessed because they did 75% of the work. We just made sure that he didn't drink before he went to sleep, literally. And they made it happen. He's also like kind of on it.
Look at him with his perfect life.
Bruh, beautiful.
We got lucky.
We
got lucky.
Yo,
relax.
Bro.
I'm slick jealous because he got dark skinned kids, and we talked about that on the episode.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm on that side of it.
Hey,
It's that Jamaican blood. That's all that is, bro. It's a splash of Jamaican.
I just knew
That's
my
it.
black ass was gonna have one
a big
dark-skinned
splash.
kid. Nah.
Straight brown.
Yeah.
It's all good.
you never know.
We brought it up. Nah, we ain't having them. I'm going to get snipped.
When?
July.
Damn,
What's
you gonna have a
already on the
snip
radar?
party? You gotta
do
go
it.
out. Well, you
Let's
can't
do
drink
it.
the night before. 2 nights before.
Let's
you know.
do it. Weekend
We have a
before.
snip. We have a snip party.
How many kids
Ain't
you
nothing
got?
cut that out. Snip. Oh.
You just go to the bar and celebrate.
Y'all boys crazy.
How many kids? You only got one?
One. I only got one. She is 3, about to be 4.
Oh, it's easy
She
to
was
potty train
easy
girls.
potty trained.
Yeah.
She literally one weekend she made her mind up that she didn't like a wet diaper.
That's how my daughter is. I think that might be girls.
Yeah.
I think that might be
She just
girls.
thought it was so gross, and she saw her older cousin was using the potty, and she come and tell us I got to go potty.
That's love.
All right. So every podcast we
No
do.
advice.
No advice.
None.
Let it happen when it happens. Don't stress yourself.
You know what made me mad was we go to Target and in the diaper aisle we looking at. He sees the pull-ups and he wants them so bad because Spider-Man is on it. And I'm trying to tell him you don't need it.
Yeah, you too big, bro.
But no, first of all, you still just peeing the pull-ups. Like, come on, like what are we doing here? So I'm trying to get him there, but you know, he will tell you. But sometimes it's like afterwards. So we getting there slowly but surely. But I was telling Mom before y'all got here, like we just refinanced the crib and we laying down new floor. So I don't have no more carpet now. So I think it's gonna be easier. Like just throw some underwear on them.
Yeah.
Later make a mess for 1 or 2 days and
And
pray.
you might have to wake him up. I mean,
Okay.
are you doing that throughout the night? I think we did that because he did relapse a little bit.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't perfect.
Yeah,
But
a little
yeah,
more.
we started waking him up like 12. Granted, I wasn't waking him up. Wifey was doing that, but it helped out. And then he ain't been back, so we've been good.
Shout out to him. Dad tip of the week. I don't got one. I'm over it. What you got for us?
My dad tip of the week is do not let these kids eat late or drink late.
Why not?
We don't want them pissing up the place. You don't. So you don't want that, but also don't fall for the I'm hungry trap. Because
Trying to
that's,
extend
I don't know
time.
what's been going on with my kids, but I'm like, hey, it's time to go to bed, and they're like, Daddy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm thirsty. Nah, we're not falling for this. We're
Yeah,
not falling for this.
they like to stall. My boy like to stall. It's the let me stay up for 2 more minutes.
It's like I'm scared. I'm scared of the dark. I'll order night lights off Amazon.
Say
Scared
less.
of the dark. Ain't no problem.
We'll figure it out.
Got your nice sonic night light, little neon night light. Go ahead. So yeah, don't fall for the traps, fellas. What y'all got?
We've been falling for the trap. So that was advice literally last night. And so I try to sneak things because I had to go all the way downstairs to get a snack, but got a little Ritz crackers to the side that I just, we ain't got to go nowhere. This is 2 minutes. I give you 5 crackers, 2 minutes off to bed. So
My trick at night is, like I told you, my ears stop working at a certain time, and then this is my last time coming. So like I literally would tell her like, hey, if you want me,
right.
if you want me to get you water, Band-Aid, any kind of chaos, that a
Whatever comes to
toddler asks
mind,
for,
whatever comes to mind.
like,
Love
ask now.
Band-Aids.
I swear to God, we buy 2 boxes of Band-Aids a month.
They can get the littlest nicks, anything. Is
A
like,
month. They're imaginary at this point. It's like a comfort tool.
Yo, the moms is gonna kick our backs in when they watch this. This why we don't get shit for Father's Day. Y'all think they gonna recognize Father's Day this year?
they better.
They better.
At the bad push.
We ain't talking about our girls. We talking about the rest of the world.
The community.
I'm not gonna.
I feel
I'm not gonna
like a good bit. I feel like a good bit will.
What's a good bit? Give me a percentage. Put your foot 30%. On the line. Damn.
Okay.
30% of
50%.
Now you just
being optimistic, or is that really how you feel?
You feeling judged? That's all.
Because I feel
50%.
like society still be trying to shit on us. Like,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I feel like we got nothing but like good present dads. That
Facts.
I'm like, why aren't we getting more? But I know
It has to start with the retailers.
Yeah.
Because for Mother's Day,
crazy
the
deals.
entire floor.
I think 4th of July joint is already
4th of July,
Yeah, already out
Father's Day, we gonna get a table.
The Father's Day card already moved back in Target. I don't know if y'all
crazy.
look. They already on the second row.
That's crazy.
You get a table, and we gonna get 2 end caps.
as a person that used to work at Target,
I worked at Pepsi, so like, yeah. I understand that world. Like that's funny.
hilarious.
You get a nice
That's
table.
funny.
What y'all want for Father's Day? This is the problem. I think they like to get it out and say they don't know what we're gonna get. To my wife, I ain't talking about you. But what y'all want?
I want a cooler.
What?
I feel like I'm 35 now. Gavin, don't X me out.
Like
bro.
top notch too.
Yeah, you
there's
feel
some
me?
good ones out there.
Not
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
styrofoam
Yeah,
shit. You
nah.
feel me? Like,
Yeah, that's the one you getting.
Spend at least
my
100.
manager. My manager told me to get a Arctic cooler.
Yeah.
He said
Okay.
those are nice and it's actually the
It's
same.
white, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it's the same guys. He has a big pickup truck and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
Sound about
it's-
right.
and a boat. So he said it's the same guys that made Yeti, that left Yeti, and started that company.
There's some dope coolers
So he
out
said
there.
it's really
Yeah.
cool because
I've been looking.
I'm older now. The weekend, put a little ice, put a little ball in the trunk. You don't never know what anybody got going on. So
I got a trunk organizer that has a basically a built-in cooler in it
for SUV.
Yeah, it fits anything. It's expandable. It sinks down. You can strap it to the straps in your car.
Huh?
And nobody will ever know.
Send the link.
Like an organizer.
Send the link.
Yeah.
All right, he want a cooler. What y'all want?
I don't know.
See, this our problem right
Surprise
here.
me, baby. Surprise me.
This the reason right now. She
Nah,
wants,
but
she wants
all right. Realistically,
saw your
though.
little podcast.
Here you go.
Realistically,
Here you
though,
go. You got to pay for it.
It doesn't really matter what we name.
Yeah.
Right? And that's my thing. Is like, I could name something and she could go get it, but I don't feel like I should have to do that necessarily. And
Okay.
So what do you think you should have to do?
Wake up that morning.
You think you think you should wake up a couple weeks before Father's Day and say what you want, and then that's what you get?
I'm not needy. So
I'm not saying I'm needy,
And
but
I'm not calling you needy.
I think my wife is really good about picking up around
with-
things I want, and so like I don't ever ask, and then she be like,
See,
"Ta-da!"
that's an opportunity in my household. So we started just sharing notes
Yeah,
and put a little list. It started with Christmas.
I like that.
Yeah, and then
that.
now it's Mother's Day, Father's
You
Day.
do an Amazon wish list,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get an Elfster. It's a website where you do like you could just put everything you want throughout the year. We use it for my wife's family uses it for like Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Smart.
you would ask for your birthday and you could say, if you are a father or a mom or whatnot. And then every time one of these holidays come up, it'll just email everybody that follows you like, hey, here's a wish list. So it's
Something like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Elfster is lit. And it's cool because my family started using it last year for our Secret Santa, but it was cool just so like it started getting our bigger family together. So it's like, all right, I see what you want. I can mail it to you, have it shipped to your house. You get the whole big family involved. I don't know what the hell I want. I kind of just want to go to brunch and chill.
yeah.
Like just chill for the rest of the day. I think they should just move Father's Day to
Saturday.
football season, but that'll make life a lot easier for the mom.
I swear it would.
They should
They buy
would.
tickets.
Give
they
me a
could go-
game.
bro.
Give me a
Literally,
game.
I literally this Saturday I woke up and I told my wife I was like, hey, I don't really know what's wrong with me. I just want to chill today. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want no responsibility. I want to fire the grill up, clean up a little bit around the house.
There we go.
To my standards, not hers.
That's facts.
And then
He never get
just,
back on the pod. She bro. Kill him.
she
Nice to meet
she
you,
knows
bro.
she way cleaner than me. She is.
There you go. Clean it up.
She
man.
way cleaner than me. Yeah, my standards are less, but
All right, question for the table. Vivica Fox says she taking boyfriend applications at 60, man.
That's a good age.
Rest in peace to
That's a good
my
age.
boy Kevin.
You give your
Thoughts? What's y'all thoughts on that alone? Nope, I don't want no silence, y'all.
I say do what she do, man. Hey.
What did she give a criteria the type of man she's looking for? Is she somebody
absolutely.
within her age? I didn't look. I saw the clip.
So I don't know.
Y'all ain't seen.
I saw a post about it saying she was ready for a boyfriend, but I was taking it like, she's done,
with her career. Yeah,
she's done.
I get that. I can respect that.
I love when y'all shoot women bail, man, and we ain't even.
I mean, again, if she wants somebody in her age range, maybe somebody younger. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Nah, we gotta give her what she want, bro.
Nah.
What she want? She want a young whippersnapper?
Don't they all? Y'all watch? Never mind. I asked that after this, and if y'all don't, it's cool. All right, them headphones is on. Don't worry about it. Hold on, man. Let me see if we can get this. Sorry for anybody that y'all know how this podcast always goes.
Likes to travel.
Yeah. All right,
Gonna let me
let's
shopping.
do it. Hold on.
When I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yes.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Gonna let me go shopping.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you
So
just
you
spoke-
got, and I'm taking applications.
Oh,
so if you got a friend.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll
She's
be all.
regular.
And I don't discriminate. He can be. I'm not against different nationalities. Then you know that too.
Basically, she said she don't want no nigga. But go ahead.
That part. Gotcha. I just think she said she wanted a regular mug.
She want to have fun. I feel like she
I think she named exactly what she wanted, and whoever fits that mold, good luck to them.
She's shot.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to them.
Shout out to Vivica.
Yeah.
She should get a reality show.
Vivica,
should.
you 60, sis. You got to sit it down.
Dang.
Yeah, it's done.
You think she's done?
She's
I
60.
think it might be done.
You only got a good 15, 20 years left.
Max.
Yeah.
Max.
Like, what you mean you taking boyfriend applications?
But I feel like there's a fresh wave of divorces in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
So she can find somebody that's just like, you know what? Hey, I'm 60.
Right.
I just want to travel.
Kind of on the same wave.
I just want to
I want to
travel.
shop too.
I'm
This
retired. Yeah,
retirement.
that's true.
There's a show called, it's on TLC, and it's called MILF Manor.
Seen it.
You have?
Yeah. Scrolled it past it. One of them late nights, nothing on. You like MILF. Man.
Were you a fan?
Huh?
Was it good?
We watched maybe like a episode.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
Episodes.
It's kind of, I don't know how you feel. I feel like it's kind of predatory.
It's weird, bro.
It's weird because the
their
more
sons.
the moral story is you have all these women, they're in their 40s, 50s, and especially I'm gonna just say it, the white women on there, they look bad. I'm talking fake lips, fake tits, Botox, everything, right? Damn. And so the thing is, they're dating like guys in their 20s, but their dads are there. And so I was telling my wife because
their dads are there. I didn't even
you didn't get to
that
that.
far.
Oh yeah,
No, I just got introduced to the fact that it's the moms and their sons and they're cross dating. And
that
shit
joint.
was,
I know exactly.
It blew
what you're
my
talking
mind.
about.
I turned it off.
Yeah,
Like it was so nasty.
it gets to an episode where the dads like pull up in jet skis and they're hanging out, and so like it's just weird because now the moms are looking at the dads like, damn, do I want the son or do I want the dad? And I don't think I kept
some freaky shit.
I kept telling my wife, I'm like, if this was 50, 60-year-old men with 25-year-old girls with their moms in the other room, this would be done. This show would be done. Yeah. And
it wouldn't even make that far.
only reason why we was watching it because I know one of the moms on there. She from Charlotte, but we'll let that go.
You know a little cool girl in there. Trying to get a little cub.
Yo,
Give him a little milk.
y'all got never mind. Let me shut up. They gonna call us misogynistic. And y'all just met me, so I ain't trying to get y'all in trouble.
You ain't gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna hit this right here
too. Yeah.
He said he gonna look
What pod? Like,
Who said that?
Come on, man.
Who said that?
Look, y'all gotta stick together. We ain't gonna let nobody say nothing crazy on here. All right, man. Let's we got an outline here. I kind of want to start with the hardest part about fatherhood for y'all, so people can get to know y'all. I think it's cool that y'all here. Shout out to my mans over here for bringing the boys in. This is the first person I asked to bring somebody here, and they actually did it. You do everything you said you was gonna do. I appreciate
very honorable.
that.
Very honorable.
Very
Look, no, I
We
appreciate
talked
it.
about this.
So let's do.
Damn, bro.
What is the hardest?
No, it's been a while.
What's the hardest thing for you with fatherhood?
Man, I think for me, I think it's being able to separate work right now. I'm an entrepreneur, business owner. The stresses of that, And I think I'm doing better at it now, but I definitely was bringing that baggage home. And I think just over the last, I'd say 18 months, I just started to spend just more intentional time with them and realize that I don't got to be Mr. CEO with them. And that just allowed me to be free, you know? And so now it feels a lot more like I kind of got to do my little 5 minutes before I go into the crib, but that's kind of all I need versus just going in there, raw emotions, kind of giving them what the day gave me. And now it's just being in more control, just to be present. So that has been the hardest thing, but I think I'm transitioning.
What does self-care look like for you then?
A lot of therapy, bro. I've been with my therapist for the last, 2.5 years, just building up to the man, husband, and father that I want to be. You know, I spend a lot of time. I have my hobbies. I golf. That's my thing. Wife. That's the thing that wifey gives me. 5 hours of just me time. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Like, don't even invite her. You know. So doing that, and then traveling. Even when I got to travel for work, it's can I take a few hours to do something that I like to do in a new city, whether that's a museum, whether that's a sneaker exhibit, like whatever it could be. So I'm very intentional on that now.
All right. Let me ask you this, because I'm an entrepreneur too. So, and it gets tough, especially like.
Still, today was tough.
It's like, it's that balancing of the time, at least for me, right? So like, I do this, I'm a photographer. It's like, you want to spend time with your friends. You know, the funny part is we got a friend group and all of them work 9 to 5s. So they be like, oh, let's hang out on the weekends. And I'm like, I got to work. Like, I really have to work. Yeah. And it was funny because over the weekend, they were doing a pool party and they was like, yo, you free? And I'm like, it's Sunday. Like, I'm gonna have to call my clients, see if we can shift some stuff for me to be there. And I was actually able to do it. But, you know, sometimes, you know, at least for me, my wife, she'll be like, oh, like, dang, I don't never feel like we get to do X, Y, and Z. And, you know, one day it was funny enough, because that's the funny part when you do all this. You got to communicate, right? So I'm like telling her that, hey, if we want to keep what we got and get more new stuff, like I have to work. So during the week, we can make some shit shake. But the weekends, it's like, it's tough. But I didn't know if it was like time for you or if it was just like the balance of that or just the stressors of being an entrepreneur.
I think all of the above. I think now I'm more in control of my schedule too. Like, if I got to travel for 2 straight weeks, like then the next week or the next week might be family week, just the whole week.
Gotcha.
You know, then the next week might be I need to get with my homies. You know, so definitely having time for all of that. And then also you talk about communication. I think it was really getting on the same page with wifey and just letting it be known that. Let me stress about what I got to do outside, and inside I'm still gonna stress, but you take care of the household, you know, and I plug in where I can, you know, and she tries to not let me feel some of the things because she knows I have it hard. I have employees, I have, you know, investors, all these different pressures of the world. And she's, but again, it came from communication and just like, babe, like this is where it's at. And then bringing her into my world too. So that she knows that like, hey, he got this big pitch coming up and he gonna be, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be here for the next day, you know? And so it's a little bit of all that.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. What about you, sir?
Hand clap.
Oh, you want a hand clap?
That was a good one.
Set the bar.
Hey, man. Yeah, so you got to top that. I don't know what you're going to say.
Go ahead, Mod.
Oh, damn.
I think it's in the same line. I think overall, the communication piece and building out, like, I think for me, it's learning how to parent in an environment I didn't grow up in to a little girl. I think that is really difficult in how chaotic the world is and things like that, and where to step in, where not to step in. And I think communicating with my wife and understanding like her experiences and things like that help. But again, similar to you, therapy, understanding how much I lack boundaries over my schedule and my time, because that's how I grew up. And the man, like whatever's needed to get done, you drop, go do, blah, blah, blah. And I think that kind of created like a chaotic mental space because then it's just a to-do list building up on my world. And if I'm not communicating that I need that time and space, not my daughter and my wife will feel, like the wrath of that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to, like it can be peaceful wrath. It's just energy, so.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
I think similar, just expound upon that. Like, I feel like I just realized, like, last few years that, like, I really got a homie and a friend as a wife that I can talk to and just be like, yo, I'm stressing, and at times, even growing up similarly, like, men didn't show that, and so this is a newer skill set that we're, trying to figure out how to mobilize with.
Something my wife told me, like in many of the discussions we've had, is that sometimes she feels like I'm treating her like another child. Like in terms of responsibility and stuff like that. And I used to be like, that's crazy. What are you talking about? Like, like it didn't make any sense. But then like really taking what she said, writing it down, thinking about it, meditating on it, and being like, all right, well, how do I treat my daughter? Okay, that's very similar. And then talking to Osei, Osei, we instantly clicked on that similar mentality of feeling like, well, my dad did everything for the family, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, maybe my dad felt like this was just another responsibility as well. And I was like, I don't want to feel like that.
Right.
Like, so to your point, it's like, that's supposed to be the homie.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
And like, and if you need space from the homie, you just, like, I'll text mom, be like, hey, man, I ain't got it in me today.
Yeah.
Why can't I text my wife and say the same thing, And I think that was an awakening that we're still feeling through.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, sir?
Somewhat to what BJ spoke on, I think just trying to navigate a space that's unfamiliar for me, especially like how I grew up versus how I'm raising my kids right now. So it's a lot of me oftentimes questioning, am I doing this right? Or am I doing enough? Because I oftentimes feel because my dad wasn't present. And my situation was different because my mom was married for a stint, so to dad. So my stepdad was present, but then he was there. Then they got divorced. So it's like he was there, then he wasn't, and then my dad was playing hopscotch. So my biological dad was playing hopscotch. But with that being said, it's just a lot of, are you doing this right? Like, what am I comparing this to?
Yeah.
And oftentimes, I know I've had conversations with BJ, conversations with Wig as well. It's like sometimes I feel like my friends that had their dad present the entire time, they're at their advantage because they always had an example of what they have going on. So for me, I've been just trying to figure out, all right, this is your rhythm. And my therapist actually told me, she's like, a lot of people don't look at it as if your dad wasn't present as a positive step, but that allows you to kind of do what you want because what if dad was present and it wasn't good all the time? So with that, and then also, your kids are going to be different when you have two kids, and as I've spoken on publicly before, Landon is on the spectrum. So with that, I want to make sure, like, am I aiding him, and doing the things right for him that's going to, give him the advantage in the long run. My youngest is bouncing off the wall. So I'm just trying to make sure, am I disciplining her right? And am I doing right by that? So it's just that balance and that seesaw effect that I oftentimes struggle with.
What's funny enough for me is kind of going back. I am an entrepreneur, and it's like, I know what my stresses are, and my main stressor is money. Like it just is. Cause I grew up, both my parents were around. My parents was married, but my mom didn't work. She didn't work until I got to like high school, right? So I watched my dad just work himself to death, right? And he's still working a day at the same job. You know what I'm saying? But
Old school, my dad is too.
Yeah.
Hold it down.
And it's like, so I watched that. So I watched my dad take care of everything. So I'm always looking at like money, like what can I be doing? Which is why, like at the beginning of the podcast, I was telling y'all about the old studio. I'm like, yo, I'm losing money with crackheads outside of my door, right? So I'm like, all right, we got to figure something out. But like not bringing it home, so some days I get there and if business is slow, if it's not working or something ain't clicking, like not stressing my wife out to be like, because she don't want to hear about that. For the, the 3-4 hours that we up before we go to sleep. She don't want to hear me just complain about that. And then also learning like, all right, what can I do different in that? And so it kind of goes into the next thing about like lessons you learn as a dad. And I think that's for my thing is, one lesson I had to learn through all of that, especially being an entrepreneur, was like the work gonna be there. Like all this other stuff that's out here, it's going to be there. It's going to be another photo shoot for me. It's going to be another pod for me. It's going to be another, wedding I need to be at. Like, it's all that is going to be there. But I really enjoy, I get to take my boy to school every day, to daycare every day. I get to pick him up every day. Sometimes I don't feel like doing certain stuff. Yeah. But I have to remind myself, I'm like, I need to work on my website. I need to work on this. And it's like, you know what? That's going to be there. Like, he said something to me. I was changing his diaper this morning and he pooped in it. He said, I pooped. And I said, yeah. And he said, it's a hot mess. And I'm like, where did you get that from? And he's 2. My wife don't say that. I don't say that at the house, so he had to get it from daycare.
Right.
But I'm just like, how did you learn that phrase? Like, what I'm saying? It is funny just to
sponges.
see. Absolutely.
They learn so much at daycare. I was fussing about something and Lennox told me, she was like, Daddy, don't you come home with all that foolishness? And I was like, huh? So then when I took her to school the next day, I asked a teacher and she was like, yeah, I be saying that. I be saying that in the classroom.
Yeah, it's funny, like, just to see that. I'm like, yo, that's my lesson I had to learn.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's going to be there, bro. Like, please spend the time with your kid, like, as much as you can and influence them. What about y'all?
I think I actually had to like learn and unlearn similarly in regards to like my dad and seeing how I was raised, because I'm Jamaican and super strict. Yeah. Like, I mean, just as like, the narrative of like Africans, same thing, and so I grew up in a household like whatever my pop say, that's it, know, and so there was a lot of built up emotions. We didn't really talk about a lot of things too, and so for me, it was being able to learn how to like actually showcase love to my children, because my dad never really said I love you, growing up. I think just recently, over the last few years, post college, I heard him say that for the first time. And again, he was present at all my track meets, all my business competitions, everything, but he showed love differently.
I also think some of that old school parenting was, I'm doing this, so just let you know. I love you. My family, we didn't really say I love you a lot. And I remember me and Ed were talking about that. And I'm like, I know they love me because, they do this, they do that. Yeah. That's just how we get it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's real. I think similar, like learning how to showcase love, but also realizing that you're not in this like battle alone. Like even through the dad group, I think like so many people have revelations of similar situations happening with other people, like even in just like going out for your birthday, talking to other people, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, we all been dealing with the same stuff. I was like, God damn. I was like, but in that battle, it feels like you're alone, man. And then it's like the person a lot of times you're feuding with then creates an environment that harms the child. And I think that is, I struggle with that for the last couple of years. Like even just trying to, like you said, regulate before I come in from work or something like that. And if I'm not conscious and in control of those emotions, I think that's the biggest lesson that I've learned is that I think I'm doing, but I'm doing it with such bad energy. My daughter starts acting up. She won't go to bed. My wife it
affects everything.
Let that man walk in and step on one toy.
God! That's how it be. What about you?
I thought I already answered that.
Did you answer? You learned something?
Yeah, shit. You learned something. If not, I learned from everybody else. But now I would say similar. Just learning how to be more affectionate, learning how to be more present, and how to balance out everything. Because not an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur, but outside of working 9 to 5, building a brand. Then I have my hands in a lot of other stuff. So just trying to get that balance. And I had to honestly learn how to. And I think this was this year, how to just shut stuff off when you get home. Like, what you're home, just shut it off now. So a lot of that has been taking place, and I think for me, it's allowed me to be more present. Then also really focusing on self-care has been a really big thing for me. We in the gym, shout out to the Breakfast Club.
Y'all never
every now and again, once a month.
Wins pop up every now and then. But
I can tell you who might be there
Friday.
But just going to the gym in the morning, I had to give myself a good routine for self, and I felt like if I can go to the gym in the mornings, that will trickle down with everything else, and now I'm more structured. So now I can handle my day a little better than that.
Something you had talked about was like unlearning. And it's funny because me and my wife be having these back and forth conversations. I'm telling her
never, right?
Never, right? But you know, I have a fun part about explaining to her, like, a lot of generations before, the generation before us, and then especially the generation before that, like, I feel like sometimes our generation is dealing with what wasn't taught and passed down.
Bro, we're dealing with so much.
Yeah, and so, but the worst part is when you come across another man and you're speaking to him and you watching him and you like, damn, your pops did not teach you X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's tough because you're trying to figure out, how do I communicate certain things with them, right? And I think that's why it's dope you do have the communities you have, because a lot of dudes don't know how to communicate with other men. Like that's just, and it's a sad reality. Like I don't know how often y'all get on Facebook, but sometimes you be seeing people post stuff, especially like
From
I don't know
high school or whatever.
that part, but like I don't know if y'all in the Charlotte group. Don't
Don't do it. Reconsider.
I've seen the Instagram.
The Facebook group is worse. It's like 30,000 people in there. Just sometimes the conversations is funny. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you'll run into somebody that you was like, yo, why are you in here? And it's like, oh, it's a mess. Like it's a dumpster fire in here. You get to watch it. But sometimes you get into it with guys. I don't, because I just turned it off talking to them. But sometimes you get into it with somebody in there and you're just like, damn, where was the men at in your life for you to communicate with? And I think sometimes, especially when you have to defend other black men, and then you have some dude in there who's just like aiding this whole, you know, black men ain't shit type of logic. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of like, wait a second. They say we the most active dads.
Damn, mama done brainwash you, bro. Like, come on, man.
Bro, it'd be tough sometimes. But yeah, it is, you know, unlearning some things and then trying to help and educate other people. But that was just all that. What advice y'all got for like new dads? This is one of my favorite parts, because sometimes as new parents, you think you got it. Well, you really think you got it before you have a kid. That's when you know you got it.
You think you got it.
Yeah,
You don't have nothing but that bag pack.
Bruh.
And I didn't even pack that.
Look, oh yeah, I didn't pack nothing. But no, like I ain't even talking about in the hospital, but like, you know, it's funny, before you have a kid, you see other people's kids, you like, yo, if I had a kid, I'd never do that.
I'd never do that.
What? My kid ain't never gonna tell me no. And that'd be their favorite word from like 6 months to whenever. But what advice y'all got for any new dads?
It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and I would say to pace yourself, because you're going to learn so much. Going into it with this agenda that this is how everything is going to happen and this is how everything's going to work, like you're going to go ahead and mess yourself up with that, bro. Because everybody has this idea, when I have kids, we're going to do things this way, and just whatever you want it to be, then you don't know how your kids are going to be. And they may not want to do that stuff. Remember the first podcast me and you recorded, we talked about that. You know, don't try to push all of your, you know, past failures onto your kids. You didn't get a chance to be the hoop star, so now you want to do this, and your damn son want to play soccer, or he wants to be in animation or some shit like that. No, because I told you the story. I had a coworker, his son was hella talented, could draw, and he wanted to like work in animation, and his dad was just like, he was an older black dude. He was just like, nah, you smart, you could be an engineer. And I was like, you know, how about you, can you kind of feed into that? And he was just like, nah, man, there ain't no money in that. I said, well, how many people do you know in animation?
Oh, you hit him with that.
You hit him with that.
And I think it's because with our community, I can only speak for self. I think for a while, a lot of us weren't exposed to a lot more stuff. I remember when I first began running, and my great grandma was like, "You think you a white boy for doing stuff for that?" It's because they didn't really see. I mean, my uncle ran track, but to actually get up in the morning and say, "I'm gonna go run 2-3 miles," that's white people stuff, or that's this type of person stuff. So I think it's very important to have exposure for your kids, and that's something that I always challenge all my friends with. Like, hey, everybody's doing good, everybody's successful. Make sure if your friends have kids, make sure that those kids see those images. You know, everybody's bragging about, I know doctors, lawyers, this, that. Cool, make sure your friends know. Right. And they see that at an early age, so I think that widen their horizon.
My daughter love plays, man. My wife love play. I ain't never been to a play in my life. And I done been to
like musicals.
Everything. We go to Broadway.
Y'all go to
Manhattan.
Medea play?
We'll go to the Imagine.
Did you go see Medea?
No, we don't do
Shut
it.
up.
Come on now.
He asked him 3 times. Right.
I tried to keep running past it, but damn, the speedball kept coming.
Gavin, niggas like, we go to Broadway. We went to see Color Purple.
Medea, man.
You
We
go
don't-
see, damn.
Real stuff. Real
I ain't
stuff.
know.
Look,
Yeah.
look what that money make. Niggas do.
Judge, I'm not a Tyler Perry fan. But, you know,
Come on,
that's
man.
a whole nother
He's
vibe.
a-
He's a whole
that's a
nother
whole nother
vibe.
vibe.
We just talked about
He's a
Charlotte.
black
and we
man.
talked
Look
about-
what the money maker do.
They turn their back on black men.
You see,
Even though he make us look like shit in
He
every
turned
movie.
himself on us. What you
Bro,
mean?
That is
every
a whole-
movie
that's
he
a whole
kick our
nother
back
vibe.
in, bro.
Yeah, that's
Cause I'd be
another
like,
vibe.
bro, he needs writers.
No.
He just needs to hire writers because you know he writes everything.
So my mom used to be obsessed with Tyler Perry shit. Like she used to
Everybody
buy
mom
the
was.
VHSs that came out that had
It was the
Tyler,
trauma.
with the actual stage, like
Jeez.
bullcrap stage.
They deep in Tyler Perry.
Wow,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
I used to love them.
They dropped
That's when he was
DVDs
funny.
in the hood like crack in the 80s.
They did.
Bro,
The
they-
bootleg just came out of nowhere.
I was like, what is this?
Flood the scene.
And then the older black man started kicking his back, and I'm like, yo, he funny. What he doing? And then I started watching the movie. I'm like, damn. All the black men. It's always like the good black man.
Abusive.
It's the same story.
Yeah, it's the same story. It's the great abusive black man who's rich. His wife, you know, she's a damsel in distress, and she go fuck the mechanic down the street, and then all is well. And it's like, God dang, bro. I'm sorry. He's on my Mount Rushmore of simps, but that's a whole nother subject. Different podcast.
Another
All right,
pod,
my bad.
another
I
pod.
took us down the wrong road.
Yeah,
Let
sorry,
me get us
man.
back.
You
All
got to
right,
make
so
me mad, just like how he started.
It's a debate.
Advice to dads, new dads. That's what we on.
Don't watch Tyler Perry.
Don't watch Tyler Perry. That's your advice. No, I think Ma, you got a good spot right there. And then all I would add to what Ma had said was, you know, give yourself grace, man. This is life is hard. Life is hard. And a lot of people won't voice that. Back to our conversation about men not know. Me and my wife talk about it all the time. Men are horrible about building community, emotional like support community. Men are really bad about it. When women have been doing it for so long. So like as the pendulum shifts, like men are kind of losing their shit lately. But
Yeah.
and then other than that, I'd say the exposure, like make sure you getting out there and doing shit with your kid, man. That's man, like
That goes a long way.
I swear to God,
That's character
like,
building.
Yo, I
Yeah.
saw that video of that girl in pre-K said they were supposed to say what they wanted to be.
Oh, I did.
What happened?
Ma, don't you
And
dare
she
go
wa-
there.
I ain't gonna say
What she
it.
want to be?
I ain't gonna say it.
What baby girl wanted to be
You got
mine?
homework. You got homework. You gotta look
Yeah.
at it.
Come on, man.
You gotta pull it up right.
These the videos. These the videos you're supposed to send before the pod.
She walked to the mic and said, I want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was in pre-K.
Yeah, pre-K.
Y'all saw the mom? Never mind. we
I
gotta
would have
kick it.
melted.
Bro, I would have.
Yeah,
I would have.
And then I think whoever was recording laughed. Like, come on.
They just dropped the phone. That's them starting to melt.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw the mom. Her son was in the 5th grade, and she was taking like the school picture. And her ass, she had her jean shorts on. Her ass was hanging out, and like they were tearing her up. And the only thing I kept thinking is, where is the dad?
Yeah.
I hate when I have to do that. When I hear certain men say stuff online, I'm gonna get back to you on your dad tip.
You good.
I mean, on your dad advice. But like, when I heard Gilbert Arenas like going in on Rudy Gobert for seeing like his kid being bored,
That was
game.
wow.
everybody was though. It was kind of crazy.
That was-
It was
Wow.
crazy because everybody I saw, I was like, yo, where's your dad?
And even Ocho
Actually-
Cinco was like, yeah, like my wife.
I might
my
not
girl-
make it to the
my
Super
girl
Bowl
was
again.
Like, you better go get that money. And I'm like,
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And that's actually
each
a
his
really
own.
good dad tip. Actually, like make sure that you are there to support the woman that just gave birth. to
Yeah.
you.
Please.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
That I mean, I like a lot of people.
It's an
I think
experience.
it goes over a lot of men's heads because it's a tough conversation and a tough situation to be in when they're dealing with that. In terms of recovery, not saying.
Yeah.
I was like, please don't twist my words,
Bro, my mom has called me again.
Your mom.
Yeah. You pick it up?
you gotta act.
No,
Pause-
last
pause
time
the
she
pod.
called me during the pod, I answered on the pod. I ain't doing that no more. Bro, they are loving that video. I'm just like, yo, stop it.
Cause your mama called.
Bro, yes, because she'll be like, oh, hey, and she'll try to talk. And I'm like, yo, I'm working. You know, being there for the woman that just, whether y'all on good terms, bad terms, whatever, just being there. Yo, certain things you just need to witness.
Yeah.
It'll make you appreciate them. Like, I just knew I appreciated my wife to the highest extent. But it was actually seeing her go through that, being there, witnessing everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It made me
lot.
be like, yo, I really appreciate you more. And another reason why you want to be there, yo, your girl might be on medication or whatever. you need to be there to be like, nah, actually, this has happened.
Yeah.
No, actually, we're going to do X, Y, and Z.
Especially the statistics with black women.
Yeah,
And-
like absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's tough because you'll be there, and you know it was so funny. We was there for the same hours, same time. I dropped off, took her home. Right. Our stories are very different on what happened. You know what I'm saying? We got some different just recollections of everything, and it makes you understand how messed up it is even for dads to be there, right? Like, one of my favorite stories is my wife was like, they asked her what she wanted to eat, and she told him, she was like, oh, my husband, he wants it. And they was like, nah, we don't feed him. My wife was like, okay. Damn. They come in for the birth certificate. Yeah. And like we at the door, and I'm like, oh, I take it. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people don't understand that, that's how they treat dads. And I understand, women, I ain't even trying to get into it with y'all. This is a Black Dads podcast. But it's sometimes you have to be there. I understand that they going through something traumatic. Their body is changing and everything. But sometimes it's just like, damn, y'all, if more dads was coming to the hospitals, I believe a lot of that stuff would change.
Yeah.
And it's just mind blowing. And I personally, maybe you, because you the age of your son, like we had our baby during COVID. Yeah. And it was
for sure.
It was rough. Like I literally went home to tell my wife, yo, your mom can go to the hospital with you, because they could only do one person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my mom and my sister talked to me about like how important it was for them that their mothers was there, because they've been through something similar and they know whatever. And I was going home to tell her like, yo, we'll figure something out. Even if I got to sneak in the hospital, we'll figure some shit out. And literally on the way home to tell her that, she calls me and is like, it's go time. I'm like, well, God said, nah, bro, you're going to be up in there. And it's cool, man. But yeah, please go to the hospital, man. Stop playing.
Pay attention, man, because like they soft pedal drugs and things that aren't really thought of in the way that you'd even think it's used for.
Yeah.
Like, you want some pain meds? Like, huh? What is it?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is
Ask
the
questions.
pain, man?
Ask questions.
Like ask questions.
questions.
And set a birth plan, man. We set a birth plan.
Yeah.
We had a doula. We had our baby at the heat of COVID in July when COVID first started. So like we weren't even expecting COVID to be a thing. But
that's crazy.
That shit was scary.
Our doula was shit. I mean, whatever. But I was there.
That's a whole nother.
I was there to save the day. But
word.
Be a doula.
You stepped in.
I did. Well, we did all the classes together, but then like similar to what you were saying though, like at one point, all of a sudden I couldn't go to appointments.
Do classes? I always look at them too.
No, we did classes, man. I wanted
You
to
do classes?
We did some virtual joints because COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah.
I looked down at that screen. I said, oh no.
I also didn't need much. Like I'm a game time. Like we did a few classes that were needed, and then for me it was just like I'm gonna just go into the fire and just
our best class
face
our best class
baby.
was YouTube.
Yeah. We did do a bunch of YouTube
We found
stuff.
a YouTube this girl on YouTube that was giving us all the gems, man. And then by the time I got similar to you, I got in there, I was like, cool, it's go time.
Yeah.
Doula, you ain't do your
You felt
shit. All right,
comfortable.
fine. Started hanging balloons, partying, everything. I was like,
we did have a good doula because it was a friend of the family, so like she was very intentional. Like even what we were doing at the crib to make the process easier. I had the music, I had the smells and the scents that she liked and all of those different things. So that did help a little bit. But,
I went downstairs. She said the class is 8 hours. And I looked at the screen. I said, I'm going to do some photo shoots. I got to pay for something.
Yeah.
And I left. And the only thing I remember, she texted me at like 2:00 and she was like, I just slept the last 3 hours in this class. I'm like, well, I guess we're going to freestyle.
Right.
So she was laughing because she was like, the instructor kept telling everybody to wake up. Because you have pregnant moms on here for 8 hours.
For 8 hours.
And she
why
was
would they even do that?
That's
just
crazy.
She asked me, she was like, y'all not breaking
walk
this up?
around.
Yeah, it was none of that. She said we did like 4 hours straight, and then she gave us a 30-minute lunch break to come back. And she was like, yo, people was literally sleep. Like and she was like, finally, I just woke up and I was like, oh, I just missed all of this.
Yeah.
Back to your
I'm still here. I got you.
what you got for us? What you got for the new dads?
So I think listening to you guys is really a combination of all of that. But I think that being present, regardless of your situation, is like super important. So, like many of us have wives that we are blessed with. You might have a girlfriend, or might just be your baby mom's. Not the best relationship. Like still showing up, and whatever showing up looks like, even if it's 10% of the time, and you still are full in that manner. I think that type of intentionality progresses with you as you develop as a dad. And even for me, now that I'm back on the road traveling a lot, some of the things that I've been like praying about is still being able to be present even if I'm not physically there, right? And so some of the things that kind of just happened lately was my little man had a speech that he had to give for Black History Month, and he was assigned Martin Luther King, so a little bit of pressure.
Okay.
But he was, and so wifey was, again, because I was on the run, was just working with him. Like they'll finish homework and then they'll work on the speech for like weeks. And so she was doing all the work. And so similar to what Maya said, you start to realize who your kid is. And so I saw that in different moments when he had to kind of speak in front of different people, a little bit nervous, naturally. And so I started to take him a part of my speaking engagements so that he could see me do it, because he wants to be like daddy.
Yeah.
And so that allowed him to be comfortable. And then unfortunately, they switched the day of his speech and I happened to be out of town. And so that night he is throwing up because he's nervous.
Yeah.
That morning he's throwing up. Yeah. And then wifey naturally is a, caretaker. She's just like, do we even let him go? And so the cool thing that I was able to do, FaceTiming, not even physically being there, I was able to just be with him and, just talk to him through it. So, how are you feeling? He was just like, my stomach. I was just like, that's nerves. Like daddy feels that. Remember when daddy went on stage? I feel that same thing. And then we do an affirmation every day. And so, I started to ask him how he feels. And he's supposed to say, I feel great. I feel healthy. I feel wealthy. I'm in control of my emotions, because I'm a master. And at first he was like, I feel great. I was like, how you feel? And literally the change in his demeanor and attitude and confidence, because he was able to remember that I went through that and what that looked like. And I was just like, man, just say your first few sentences and then you're going to be all right. That nerve will go away. And he's 3. Yeah. But he literally killed it, from that. But if I wasn't able to be there and just know when to kind of plug in, even though if I wasn't physically there. And so the same thing, if you are, again, you're not married to your baby mom or whatever, you can still have those intentional moments where you have to show up as a man. And if you understand those moments and are present, then you're doing everything that you need to do. You're being your full self. So I just, that'd be my advice.
Bro, my biggest advice to any and everybody, kid or no kid, use your resources. I think a lot of times we try to do stuff, especially, when you marry, you the man, right? You get to the crib, it's y'all and the kids, you and the wife and the kids, whatever, right? And it's like, all right, this outside of this home, it's just gonna be us, right? We're gonna make all this work. And then you start realizing like, damn, it's a lot. But if you could start using, whether it's your parents, if they're available, or, we have a friend group now, and everybody does something different, which is dope because of the exposure part, right? So, we have we have people in tech, people in finance, people in staffing. And it's like, the first thing my wife is like, yo, I'm looking for a new job. And one of the girls in our group is a recruiter. She was like, yo, let me help you get all your stuff together. Like, let me allow you to do that. When we were designing stuff for my son's birthday, he's into Spider-Man. We was watching Spider-Man before I got here. He's still into Spider-Man.
Same, yeah.
Right. And then one of the moms in our group, she's an artist. So she designed all this custom stuff for him, which was super dope. But it's like, you got to learn to do that because it makes your life easier. I think a lot of times I was talking to my sister actually, and I was telling her to she was talking about going down a different career path, and she was like, I need to wait. And her son, he's 11, so she was like, once he gets to middle school, my nephew was born late. I don't want y'all to think he's slow. But
good. I didn't even do the math on it, bro.
I was just like, all right.
So the funny part is, so she's like, all right, once he gets here, I'm gonna change this. And I'm like, why? I'm like, yo, I can pick him up from school. Like, I'm here. This
have a village.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is what we are here for. So my advice to any man, especially, like, put that ego, that pride to the side. Use them resources, because when you get to the top, nobody's going to, it's not going to matter that, yo, this person plugged me in with this person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be happy to be there. You're going to be happy that everything is working out. You're just going to feel blessed. And then you could be able to give back versus like, you know what? It might take me a longer route if I don't use resources. That's just the stupidest logic ever, man. And it's tough, but as a man, you got to get out of it, especially with these kids. To what Ma said, like, the journey is different for everybody. Yeah. And it's never what you think. It's never what you think, as far as, we had a thing as soon as our kid was born, we gonna breastfeed, right? We're gonna do that. That shit lasted 6 weeks because it just wasn't, my wife wasn't producing enough, right? Well, guess what happened? We having a baby through COVID, and then there's a shortage on formula.
Oh yeah.
And you talking about crack in the 80s, bro, it was a drought.
Like, I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Like,
that was wild.
Dude, nothing is more, you like, when you scared because you like, hey, my kid is not old enough to eat solids. Yeah. This is the only way they can eat. And you go into the store and they like
clear it out.
They cleared out.
Yeah.
And then
they selling on the black market. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Wild. It was one of them things like, oh, nah, you can only get one. You got to come back the next day. That's and it's crazy. Like, bro, what are we doing here? Yeah.
People and they went on Facebook like, "Hey, Walmart restock."
Yeah,
legit. My friends in Texas were calling, asking me to buy stuff.
Wow,
to ship to them
if they had it. Yeah. That's crazy.
It was scary, like literally being scared, and then the prices was ridiculous. Yeah. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, you never gonna know, bro. When I say when we were so glad when he turned 1, we could just do whole milk. Yeah, I was like, please,
game changer, get
it up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, I do want to talk, and I'm gonna let Ma go first. Because he is, you're our leader of a dad community. Yeah. And every week we talk about like why stuff like this is important. Having these conversations, honestly, for me, like to hear other guys go through similar stuff, right? Yeah. So I kind of want you to talk about like why dad community is important. And then definitely plug your dad community in. I ain't going to the gym, so
that's one out here. You
ain't got to plug that.
Come on, man.
I ain't going to that shit. I ain't sweating.
Come on, man.
He said, I ain't sweating.
Just get one more in there. Just get one more in there.
One trial.
We can work to a trial.
It's self-confidence, dog. Like, it make you feel like, what's up? Like, I'm here.
No, one more.
He said, nah, it's just going to make me go home.
Just let me know when the next dad and ice creams is. I'll be there. I'll be there. But yeah, why is the dad community important?
But now, dad community is extremely important because I was able to pinpoint a lot of guys, like the comment you made earlier, they don't know how to communicate. And a lot of us, like BJ said as well, a lot of us are going through similar things, but you would never know if we never had those conversations. So through Active Dad, we've created we have virtual dad tribe meetings once a month. It's the third Wednesday of each month. It's an hour call. Last month's topic was, I can't remember what last month's topic was.
Y'all be on there crying?
Nah, not nobody else in there.
Oh, invite me then.
But a lot of the topics just range from like what are you going through? What are you going through at the moment? Parenting style. What are some tips that you wish you would have got at an earlier age? When it comes to kids. So it's just really good conversation, really good community. As of now, the community is up to about 75 guys.
Now that's dope.
Across the U.S. So we got guys in Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Birmingham, Macon. We got guys in Dallas, LA, and Huntsville.
I about to say you got nothing in Savannah.
You gotta do
that's
home
guaranteed.
You gotta do home class. But and you gotta bring it home to the Pope. But yeah, with that community, I think a lot of guys have just been able to realize that they're not by themselves. And whether it's they need advice for kids, for themselves, career-wise, just literally anything. We're having these calls. People are able to tap in with other guys, get help with resumes, get help parenting style tips. So it's a beautiful thing. And I think overall, just being vocal about how important it is for guys to express themselves, be able to communicate, we're seeing a more rapid, I would say, response to now. I remember the first call, like I'm promoting like, hey, dad trap calls, and niggas like, what is this?
Yeah.
Now we're posting it and they're seeing just different guys write about their experiences. And it's like, hey, shoot me the link. How can I sign up? How can I be a part of it?
So how can they sign up?
They can sign up. The link is on that website. It's on the Instagram. My personal Instagram, there's a link in the bio. If you click the link tree, the first link says Dad Tribe sign up.
I'm gonna sign up. I come to that just to gym.
You can come to that.
All right, and I had fun. They weren't there. Were they there?
BJ was there when we
went
did
to Supperland.
We did Dad's Night Out.
Yeah, that was fun. I was drunk. It was a dad there. He wasn't a part of our group, but my man, like, bro, remember when we was drinking and he was like, "Oh, what's your name? I want to connect with you." This dude texts me every 2 days.
That's crazy.
Come on, don't say no names. I don't want to.
I thought you was talking about the guy who worked there.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, the guy who owned there.
Bro, I had to block him.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And bro, he hit me. Yo, I'm trying to come on the pod. Yo, what you doing? One day he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, man, it's my birthday." I was like, "Nigga, I don't care." Happy birthday.
Happy belated, bro.
It was funny. I ran into him.
You know he gonna see this,
Right.
He is my man.
talking about you, bro.
If you think it's you,
It's you. I was like, yo, my man, you gotta chill. What y'all got? Like, why is the dad community important to y'all?
Yeah. I think for me, one of the things that I've realized is it's not only the dads that are growing. I see the growth in the kids as well. You know, for us, we live in a predominantly white side of town, you know, so like he doesn't have, or he and she doesn't have like the kids that look like them. You know, I remember he did soccer last year and a number of white kids. And this is the first time he ever vocalized to us that he was just like, yo, nobody looks like me. And so that's why we're intentional on like kicking it with the homies and growing our tribes together. And then I think you talked about like, peace of mind as well is outside of those. I have some other circles where we bring our wives along, you know, and I don't know about y'all situation, but I have to like, you know, help my wife, you know, kind of get out there and do stuff and like get out of motherhood. And so like now I'm pushing her to the girls' night, you know, and then when we come together on Sundays and, you know, kind of have dinner, it's an ability for like everybody to kind of have they community, you know, and so it's all led by the fathers, which is very intentional. And so you just see a peace of mind, a growth in every single aspect of the family. And it's just like, that's how you know you're in a really loving village and community. And then if anything comes up similar to what you said, like somebody gonna make it happen or somebody gonna make it shape, or you know, somebody got the new babysitter. We all gonna, you know, use that babysitter, you know? And so it's just resources that we're able to kind of tap into. But I feel like we're operating at a very high frequency because we have these communities that are just like us, you know?
We just had that conversation about the babysitter. We were out for my birthday.
Yeah.
Talking about we're drinking.
It'd be like that, bro.
Babysitter come on, hey, go ahead and shoot me that. Shoot me that information. Cause, you need a babysitter?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. You ain't share yours?
Oh, well, you got parents. Like,
my people live here. That's
I do too. Yeah.
See, we don't have no family yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm quick to, man, what? Throw them off.
Bro, my sister stay 5 minutes from me. My mom stay 10 minutes from me.
Man, get out of here.
My mother-in-law stay 5 minutes from me.
Get out of here.
Closest person about 4.5.
Yep.
Closest
3.5.
Yeah.
Drop them off over here at the studio, man. Just like that.
They'll be on the pod.
Yeah, they be back here recording.
Tearing up.
They'll know what the R3 is.
My wife will hang me. Hang me.
What about you for the importance of a dad community?
I mean, I think it's really in line with what you said and what he finished on. Resources, man. I think for so many reasons. For men to just start having conversations, man. I think we talk. I ain't gonna lie. Like before joining that, like most of the time when I'm talking to men, is very much stocks, investments, work, like career growth.
So rich.
No, like that's literally. I'm just
I've been
saying,
pocket
though, like
watching
it's
since
everything was money focused or like how to
Career.
how to grow in a career, and it felt like that's who I was versus being able to be defined by my actual person. So like I feel like I get to be able to speak to who I am. I learn things about myself in conversations, at events. I'm in a rediscovery phase of my life to like try to figure out like what are my actual interests outside of being a parent. Like, and I think in the dad community, it also brings those types of things out to where like we talk about things like, oh, Yeah, that sounds like
That
it could be
sounds cool.
fun.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you brought up golfing earlier. I was like, you know what? I've been thinking about
Hey,
golfing.
say
I'm
less.
gonna have to tag along on weekend.
I might just be going on Fridays.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
I draw the cart.
It's a good time, man.
Put a little JBL speaker on the cart.
Oh yeah, I got the magnetic joint, so we good, bro. We be lit on the course.
I'm about to be drinking.
That happens too.
It's funny though. I was telling my wife because her job situation, and I'm like, yo, you need a hobby outside of being a mom and your job. Something like and for me, I guess for me, photography, the podcast is that for me.
Yeah.
Right. Because me and Mike had a whole different podcast, and I don't know what the hell we was talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it was just was clicking. Nothing was clicking for us. And then the day after my son was born, we was recording. Not the day, excuse me. Took 3 months off. We get back, and his first question on the pod was, "How's it been?" And I just threw up at the mouth. Everything, just diarrhea at the mouth, right? And then after we get done, he goes, "Hey, that's the only thing we're gonna talk about from here on out is dad stuff."
Because you living it.
Yeah.
And our podcast just took off, and it's just been growing. Let me just put it like that. And it's like I get to talk to different dads. We have dads DM us. I remember one time I had a dad who hit me up and was like, "Yo, I'm an entrepreneur. How do I take paternity leave?" And I was like, "Yo, you need to start saving right now, because if you think that she gonna push a baby out and you about to wake up the next morning and go to work,
that's crazy.
You are about to be on TV in court, getting a divorce. We splitting up something. I was like, it's gonna go bad for you. And I was like, you got to figure out a way to ease back in there. One of the funnier parts for me is, I tell my wife her job matters more in our household because it's a guaranteed check. I got to wake up every day, go get it. And so I let her know, like, whatever we need to do to make sure that you are happy, you continue to do whatever your job, cool, let's do it. Because I work around. So I am the first person when the daycare calls, like, hey, he ain't feeling well. I got to figure it out, right?
You got flexibility.
Yeah, I had the flexibility, so it kind of works out.
Yeah.
And even this weekend, I'm going to be, I'm be in Atlanta shooting for 2 days. And it's like, all right, so I'm trying to make sure she good. My people can help out. But it's, this is, my wife always says, she's like, oh, these are your therapy sessions, because I do get to talk to dads all the time. And then it's important because, like I was talking to him before y'all got here, and I'm just like, bro, what the hell going on? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So it's important to have those guys around you, because then, I always like to say, I ain't gonna say which gender is more accountable. Just leave it at that. But good men will hold you accountable though.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, bro. Hey, yo, where's your kid at? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be a great dad and you surrounded by shitty dads.
Yeah.
Or it's hard to be that shitty dad that's surrounded by none but great dads. And it's kind of just like,
Make it uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, yo, all right, we all talking about our kid.
Well, yours.
Yeah, where's your, like,
everybody got a rundown. You ain't got no updates. You're doing good.
Yeah.
They in school.
Like, I know you lying. We over here talking shit about it.
Right.
We showing you pictures. Where the picture at? Let me see that timestamp. Timestamp.
Look, it was funny because one time Mike was like, we was all going out. Mike was like, yo, I'm saving up to go to court. He's like, I'll holler at y'all. Once I get this straight, y'all see me back out. That's why Mike ain't never here for no damn pods. He out the country all the time. He ain't got it straight now, so he gone. He's traveling. You know what I'm saying?
Get the bag, Mike.
Yeah, so it's just funny to see that. So it is the good thing about having great men around you. All right, I need everybody to give your socials if you want people to follow you. If you're trying to stay off the grid, you picked the wrong podcast.
Hold on, can I get some church announcements real quick?
You got some church announcements?
I got some church announcements.
What church announcements you got?
All right, this is the church announcement segment.
Do you need the music?
organ?
Yeah, we got an organ or something. What you playing?
What you mean? You got the headphones, man.
Who know you got the victory? I want you to hit the floor like you ain't never hit
You said you want a church announcement. Hold on, here we go.
All right, everybody. Shout out to the Active Dad Church Announcements. I'm your pastor, Mark Torrance. I bring you greetings from the Active Dad Storehouse. June is for fathers. Please tune in to our Father's Day program.
Come on,
That's exactly how it would be.
Please tune into the Active Dad Father's Day program. But seriously, all right, we got Dad's Night Out, June 13th. Location is TBA right now. Then we also have the
When is this date?
June 13th.
He don't tell me nothing,
June
yo.
13th.
I'm putting it on mine too.
Dad's Night Out. That's the same week as Father's Day. So we're going to get together that Thursday. Do a little something.
Okay. It's in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I could be there.
All right.
I got to be in Raleigh that day.
Taking it on down, June 15th, we're going to be in Savannah, Georgia. Active Dad is hosting the first ever Dad Dash 5K. So if you're in Savannah,
I won't be sweating.
You won't be sweating, so you won't be there. Next week, we have the virtual Dad Tribe meetings on the 19th. If you have not registered for Active Dad Tribes, make sure you go to the website, Instagram, my personal as well for that. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out here. Is when you say stuff on a podcast, then you got to do it.
Ooh.
The return of the ice cream with Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is June
I'll be there.
27th.
That was a good time.
June 27th.
Hold on. I'll be there.
Charlotte
For that.
location.
My kid love ice cream.
Yeah. So we're going to be there.
Love
So
ice
All kids.
I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to the App Dad Church announcements. Once
Shout
again,
out.
you're welcome once, you're welcome twice, you are welcome in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
What ice cream place we going to? You got to figure it out first.
I think it's too big for Jenny's now. So I talked
that
to
area?
So I talked to Kurt, and there are 2 ice cream spots in Camp North End.
Okay.
That we're gonna
That'd be good.
that we're gonna focus on this year, and then Camp North End actually has the huge turf,
Yeah.
for the kids to play
And
on.
just let 'em run.
So now
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is you got the vegan ice cream spot for the healthies, then it's another ice cream spot right there.
I'm on that side. Yeah.
Then we
Other
gonna
ice cream spot.
yeah, then we're gonna cha slide over to the turf with the Legos and everything.
Yeah.
You need a DJ.
We might need a DJ. As of now, we're gonna do the wireless speaker.
Might as well set the pod up.
Right.
Man. Live pod.
Pod broadcast. There we go.
Live
Go ahead,
pod.
bring the R3 up.
Bring
in
the
that thing.
R3.
Y'all are-
Gotta have the R3.
What you got going on? How can people find you?
Man, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Worldwide Wiggs. That's WIGGS_. Man, that's it.
All right.
I ain't say my Instagram name. Hold on, BJ. I'm gonna interrupt.
You just gonna cut me.
Personal Instagram is
BJ, your mic's, your camera still on?
Yeah, it is. now.
the _mod
So I
father.
take it with me.
The _mod father is the Instagram, and the Active Dad page is Active Dad, and it's an underscore at the end.
All right. BJ.
And you can just find me on one of these pages.
There you go.
Tag.
I'm gonna be
Right,
tagged
right,
somewhere. Hey, I don't know my Twitter. I don't get on there. I don't get on TikTok.
I hate Twitter right now.
I barely touch Facebook.
I
I
hate
only
Twitter.
look at Charlotte.
That's where I be talking on Twitter, man. Like, I can
Really?
still,
Talking on Twitter,
yeah. I got a little, a little community that like just life stuff, like
Just people
Man, it's
tapping with.
because Instagram,
Porn
you know,
site,
that's
man.
fake.
You know, it kind of
fake.
has
Yeah.
become turned into that too. But
And
Twitter
Threads
used to
is
be big for me in
Whack.
like 2011,
Yeah,
2012.
nah.
And then I
It
stopped.
reemerged
No, it
for
went
me.
crazy.
It reemerged.
It,
Yeah.
it,
I actually
it
deleted
blew
my-
up on me
I
in,
deleted
in like
mine.
2014.
Gotcha.
And then I
What you
got
doing?
rid of it.
Yeah.
what you was doing? You said it blew up on you?
Yeah.
Damn.
Twitter blew up.
Another pod. That's for another pod.
Cleaned it up.
No, Twitter just blew up.
Oh, okay.
It got too much for me. And I was like, I don't want to be on here. So
Twitter, I like it.
instead.
I do like the community part, the little community things you got to be in. I'm only in the Joe Budden community, so.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, I mean, you know, I got friends that we be talking about what's going on day in the life.
Yeah.
I like
And
Reddit
news.
for that.
I be getting on, like, because I'm not on Instagram like that.
You got to get on Reddit.
I hear a lot about
Yeah,
Reddit's
my homie
lit.
be talking about that.
Reddit
Or,
is-
honestly, I be on TikTok, and TikTok give me my news too, like the rundown of
I don't be
everything.
on TikTok like that, but
TikTok,
I
all right, bro.
It's like
I just
I
listen to
know.
podcasts. That's how I get my
Man,
news.
TikTok is all right. I hate to admit it.
Look, you can find me on Reddit. I'm on the Joe Budden Reddit group in there. The Charlotte
What is
one
this Joe Budden group? What is happening?
for
Is
his
this,
podcast.
Do I not? Oh, okay. I'm like,
You gotta
I
hop
don't
in
get
it, man. It's lit. It's just funny to be in there.
okay.
Lot of it's almost like barbershop talk, but you know at the barbershop it be a lot of bad takes.
Yeah.
You know,
And you don't be feeling like arguing.
yeah, you got to catch me at the right
some
time,
of you
yo.
do, though.
Yeah, I do love to debate and argue, but you got to catch me at the right time but if it's the internet and I'm like, my favorite thing now is when I'm talking to somebody I'm about to debate them. How old are you? That lets me know everything.
Right. Context.
And then Mike has his favorite thing when he says, you as a man have to ask yourself, is this a good or bad faith argument? Are they coming to this debate with good intentions? If they're not, don't waste your time. Just back out.
Or just already
Energy,
done.
man.
yeah, like, man, I don't want to extend this podcast, but or just make it go on. But like, I really, when I kept seeing the reoccurring thing of, yo, a lot of y'all have people like Diddy in your family and your homeboys. And I kept seeing that on Facebook. I told you Facebook is a cesspool. Don't get on there. And I kept seeing that, and I kept seeing that with people, and I'm like, damn, y'all really don't know how men operate.
Yeah.
Especially we giving this label to black men. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't follow you. Let me get away from you. I'm not engaging with you because at that point, I already know where you're starting this conversation at.
I have
like,
no comments on that, but we can do off camera.
Well, my thing is always, you can't say that on camera.
Then people gonna hit me up. Hey, look, yeah, we cut it off.
Not everybody in the comments like, hey, what happened? What did he say?
But like, only thing I have of that is like,
Diddy Pod coming up.
look, I always tell people, if you think
No
that,
Diddy. No Diddy.
if you think people that are putting their hands on other people are just coming to their homeboys and like, yeah, I beat the shit out. Like, nobody's doing that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just tough. And I don't think people understand that shitty dudes don't have a lot of men around them at all.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for people to understand it because I've been around homeboys who I'm just like, yo, this dude is a cornball. Backstabber. You know what? Yeah. Let me just tiptoe up out of this friendship. Yeah. We put distance and we don't talk anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, that was just that.
That's real.
But yeah, that's how I do my debate now. But on Reddit, it get off. It's a lot of Charlotte communities on there. Yeah. Some of y'all friends is on there. Just leave it at that. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching. Reddit is lit. It's Twitter.
Reddit about friend. Now I done heard Reddit kind of get crazy like Twitter too. But
yeah, it's worse
crazy.
than Twitter.
Definitely.
But you got to go to the community to see what you need to see.
Oh, which one?
Y'all want to thank everybody for tuning in. You got
Hey man, Gavin about to kick me out for 3 more months. So I will see y'all in August, everybody.
anyway, and we're gonna holler at y'all next time.